Welcome back to Luke's Properties YouTube channel. I've just acquired another rent-to-rent property and it took me 10 weeks from the beginning of 2025 to secure it. Now the video you're about to watch is going to be one of my best videos yet. I think it's going to be really valuable to you if you're someone who's trying to get your first rent-to-rent property. I've documented every single phone call, everything that I've done over the last 10 weeks to get this rent-to-rent deal over the line. In this video you're going to see the good, the bad and the ugly. You're going to see the ups and the downs, but most importantly, you're going to see the real work it takes to acquire a rent-to-rent property in 2025. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible, so there's no gatekeeping in this video. This is the real work, and this is really what it takes to be successful in rent-to-rent. So if you're someone who's trying to start your rent-to-rent business and you want to learn from someone who really does this day in, day out, then I would suggest you get your pen and pad ready, you watch this video through to the end, you make some notes, and then you copy exactly what I've done. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, just copy someone who's done what you want to do. This is going to be a longer video than normal. It's going to be around an hour long. If you can't concentrate and focus for an hour, put your phone on do not disturb, focus and make notes that are going to help you build a successful business, escape the 9 to 5 and live life on your own terms, then I can't help you. And to be honest, building a rent-to-rent business isn't for you. But if you are someone who can concentrate, who can focus and wants to build a rent-to-rent business, then this video is definitely for you. So switch off all distractions, lock in and focus, because this video can change your life if you let it. So these first few conversations that you're going to watch are going to be with estate agents. I had these conversations at the start of the year, around January times. And at this point, I hadn't actively tried to get a rent-to-rent deal in a good few years because the portfolio that I have, I've been happy with. So I haven't needed to try and get more deals. But to improve my rent-to-rent program and to also prove to myself that I've still got it, this year I decided to try and get more rent-to-rent deals. And to also help you guys that are watching this video and show you that it's possible. So these first few conversations are with agents. I'm just getting the cobwebs off, putting the feelers out and trying to secure some viewings. So let's get into it.
And they're quite difficult to get rid of.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I mean, that's why I wanted to give you guys a call about it really. I mean, we do take on properties like that. I just wanted to know what the situation was with the landlord and what their appetite for like a longer term company tenant.
Yeah, I know he is open to company lets, but it depends what sort of type of company let. So what was your sort of circumstances and basis for the company let?
We work in like the Newport area. We've got quite a lot of properties in that area on like East Dock Road and Alicia Crescent. We've got quite a big one on Carleon Road as well that's quite similar to this one.
Okay.
They are normally like HMOs, but we do have like normal properties as well.
So what I can do, am I right to take down your details and then I can check the landlord to see if he would be happy with your circumstances?
Of course.
So I've got your number. Your name was Luke, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And what was the best email address?
It's irent, IRENT,
Yeah.
properties, plural, IES, @outlook.com.
And what term of tenancy do you typically look for?
Well, if it's like a good relationship and we feel like it's a good fit for us, then we can do anything up to like 5 years is the longest term that we do.
Okay.
But we normally start with a year and see how it goes.
Yeah. Fab. What I'll do, I'll give the landlord a call this afternoon, just run through everything with him, and if he is happy, I'd give you a call back. I'll give you a call back either way, just to let you know.
Yeah.
And then we can keep you registered, and if there's anything else that you see that you like the look of, you can let us know, and then we can check the landlord to see if they'd be happy with it as well, okay?
Yeah, brilliant, no problem.
Fabulous, no worries, I'll speak to you soon,
Thanks,
okay?
you're cool, thanks, bye.
Take care, bye.
Hi, my name's Luke. I've been told to give you guys a call by Ashley Properties. Naveed at Ashley Properties asked me to give you guys a call. Just wanted to discuss a couple of properties that I've seen online for rent. Commercial Road is the first one that I'm looking at. So if you could give me a call back, that would be much appreciated. Look forward to hearing back from you. Bye.
Hi, my name is Corbin. I'm calling from Red Dragon Estates. I believe we just missed your call.
Yes. I was told to give you guys a call from one of my colleagues at Ashley Properties, Naveed.
Oh, okay. Got it. Alright, no worries. What was it regarding?
It was just regarding looking at some properties. I mean, like, just to give you a little brief bit about us. I mean, we rent properties like over a long term, and we do a company let. I'm not sure what the appetite for that would be in terms of other landlords, but we've been working in Newport for 7 years.
Yeah, 'cause I'm not too sure if we're doing company lets. I'm not too sure on this one. Because I believe it might be my colleague's property. As far as I know, I think we're doing all the management on that one, especially if it's his own. I think that we wouldn't do anything like a company let, as far as I know, alright? In that case, I'll give Adam a shout, but as far as I know, considering it's one of his own, we might want to manage it ourselves, but I'll give him an ask.
One of his own? Which one are we discussing here? This exactly, which one?
It's a rental we have on commercial, right?
Yeah, because there's some other ones that you guys have got on Rightmove as well that I can see.
Yeah, I don't think we entirely exclude, like, a company like, for example, I think we have one or two that are on it.
Yeah.
I just feel like, for 151, whichever one, or was it 118?
Yeah, he's looking more for traditional tenant.
Property needs. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, that's completely understandable, but just with all the, like, the rent rights that are coming in at the moment, you know, company let could be a good option for some landlords, couldn't it, you know?
Alright, no worries. I'll give Adam a shout on it just in case anyway about that, because he's not office-based, typically.
Yeah.
So I have to give him a shout on it, because you're referred to by the she guys that just sort of...
Yeah, no worries. I mean, anything that comes on that you've got coming on that's a bit of a difficult sell, you know, a difficult pitch. I know, like, a lot of things are flying off the shelves at the moment, like your normal sort of 2-bed, 3-beds are going to be popular with all families and things like that, but anything that's a little bit more difficult to rent, you know, we could look at maybe doing something, turning it around and offering a long-term fixed guaranteed rent. We've worked with agents in the past, like I said, and Naveed and Ashley Properties have always been good with us. Yeah, it might be something we could look into. If not with this one, then maybe other properties in the future, you know?
Yeah, we have to have a look. But yeah, I know for now, at least probably with this one, it's a no-go. But we'll see how it goes if we struggle with any of the properties then, okay?
Cheers, mate. Aaron, how you doing, mate? It's Luke. Long time. We're back looking for properties again. So if you've got anything on your books that isn't shifting, isn't moving, a bit of an ugly duckling, just let me know and we'll try and see if we can do something our end. But it'd be good to just have a chat with you and catch up again, mate. Any HMOs, any tired properties, anything that's a bit of a difficult sell for you guys, maybe we could figure something out. So just give us a call anyway, mate. It'd be nice to have a catch up, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, mate. Bye. Hi, my name's Luke. I'm interested in renting your property on Partridge Road. Availability for viewings would be after 4 o'clock, between 4 and sort of 6 ideally. Any day this week or next, Monday to Friday ideally. So if you could get back to me, that would be much appreciated. Thank you. Bye.
We have received your viewing request and you are number 26 in the queue. You will receive a call back from the landlord in order to arrange a viewing within 48 hours.
Well, don't shoot, don't score. So we'll see what happens. On to the next.
How can I help?
Hi, morning. I'm just seeing if I can arrange a viewing for a property on Bull Road.
Yeah, no problem. Which property have you seen?
It's the 8-bed on Bull Road. It would be for my company.
You might need to check with the landlord if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
What was your name?
My name's Luke.
Okay, no problem. I've got your number, okay?
Yep.
Perfect, thank you.
Thanks, mate.
And how can I help?
Hi, morning. Just following up on that property on Bull Road, just seeing if it's been rented yet.
It hasn't. The landlord told us to hold fire on it for a minute because it is up for sale. So he is discussing a few offers he's had.
Oh, he's trying to sell it, is he?
Yeah, it's on the market for sale as well. So at the moment, he's told us not to do anything with it.
Okay, it's just because I see it on with a different agent, so I was just a bit confused.
Yeah, no, he's got it on. I know he's got it on for rent and he's got it on for sale with other agents as well.
Yeah.
So at the moment, he's exploring the sales option.
Okay, well that's fine. Well, if he does think about renting it again, just just want to have a look at it really, if we can.
Yeah.
And just
that's fine.
when you do speak, if you do speak to him about us, just to let him know that we're not like one of these messes. We are like a proper company. I know you do probably get a lot of calls from people trying to do like rent to rent and stuff, who probably aren't necessarily a proper company, but we are. And if
no, that's fine. Well, what I'll do, if he comes back to us and changes his mind, we'll let you know. But at the moment, he's told us to hold fire on it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. No worries. Thanks for your help.
All right.
Thank you.
No worries.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
We're sorry we can't take your call right now, but please leave your message after the tone and a member of the team will come back to you.
Hiya, it's Luke again. Just calling about a property that I've seen on Carleon Road. We actually have number 37 and 39 on that road as well, so it'd be great to see if we can organise a viewing and take it from there. So if someone could get back to me, that would be much appreciated. Thank you. Bye. So as you can see, a lot of the agents are fobbing me off. Oftentimes agents think that you're competition for them, or they think that you're just an opportunist trying your luck. So as you can see, I'm facing a lot of friction from the agents and I'm not really getting anywhere. But in actual fact, I'm sharpening the knife, I'm fine tuning my pitch, and I'm just dusting the cobwebs off. So the next conversation you're about to watch is a conversation with a landlord. I contacted this landlord by writing to him, offering him my services. He then left a message on my phone and I called him back the next day. And this is how the conversation went. Yeah, how you doing? It's Luke. I got your missed call from yesterday.
Yeah, I think you said a letter regarding managing HMOs.
That's right, yep.
So what you do then, you manage everything on a full money basis, carry out all the repairs, everything yourself, and you do you rent with us, or how do you operate?
Yeah, well, first things first, we like to come and have a look at the property first and see, like,
Sure, no problem.
find out what the situation is first and foremost, you know.
No problem.
We like to get to know the landlord first as well, so it's nice getting to know them first. And then we go from there, really. We work out if we're a good fit for each other.
Not a problem.
And then, yes, we guarantee the rent, we pay all the bills, we do all of the bells and whistles, but obviously it has to make sense for everyone, you know. We've got quite a few properties in that area that we do the same sort of service with.
Yeah. I think we got 2 tenants still there. The others have moved out. We got a contract with for another investor. He had it for the last 2 years. So we're going to be looking for another investor. So I thought I'd contact you guys before I go with someone else.
Yeah, sure. So what's the situation with the house? If you don't mind me asking a few questions, what's the situation with the house and the property at the moment? Like, how many tenants have you got in there at the moment? What's the history?
We do not have any consultant whatsoever. Only private working people.
Private working people, yeah?
Last time we had, I think out of the 10 flats there altogether.
Yeah.
4 2-bed and 6 1-bed.
Yeah.
We had 5 doctors and another nurse, and then the gentleman downstairs, he works in Square Pizza just down the road.
Yeah.
And then the other one is one with the investor. He's got it for, I think, for another year.
Right, sure. So when you say the investor, are you renting it directly yourself to these tenants, or do you have like a company in between?
So we given a contract for 2 years for him, and the other company had a contract for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And this year we're looking to go with another company.
Yeah. So we'd only really be interested in renting the whole thing off of you, really, you know?
We can do that if you want. That's not an issue.
We'd rather do the whole building, just because it makes sort of the operations a bit easier for us, you know?
Yeah, if you want to do the whole building, we can do that as well.
Are they all individual flats? They've all got their own en suites and.
Nobody shares with anyone at all.
Okay, so.
Electric, water, heating, all separate.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That sounds similar to the one we've got.
Self-contained.
Yeah. So what's the issue with it? Are you just looking to be hands off with it now, or what's?
Yeah, well, we're looking, because I'm busy with my other work, so I want somebody who would want to take it on for the next, say, we would give you try with you for a year. If everything works well, then we'll be looking to take probably a 5-year contract with you guys.
I'll have a chat with my staff and then I'll give you a call back and then we'll organise a viewing for next week then.
No problem, let me know, and I said I can get my colleagues there. You know, put all the flats for them, so you can have a look through, no problem. Okay?
Yeah, alright, brilliant. So as you can see, the landlord was warm to our service, he was open to it. It was a warm conversation and we organised a viewing. I then sent a member of my team to go and do the viewing. The viewing went well. The property was really good, in a prime location, in good condition. It was a block of 10 flats, right next to a big hospital in my investment area. I then phoned the landlord after the viewing to potentially make an offer. However, I was already aware in the back of my mind that the landlord was going to want maximum rent for his property. So I was quite convinced that there wasn't going to be a deal to be made here. But you never know. So I tried my luck. Let's see how it went. Mansoor, how you doing? It's Luke.
Hi, I'm good, yourself?
Yes, good mate. Just wanted to have a quick chat with you if you've got a second.
Yeah, carry on, no problem.
So yeah, viewing went well. Looks very nice in there.
Yes, I told you.
Just trying to get a bit of a feel for it so I can offer you something, mate, you know. I'm just trying to work out exactly what we can, because I think we're going to be at different ends of the spectrum when it comes to the price point, you see. Because at the moment, I mean, we're paying for a 10-bedroom down the road on Carleon Road. I know it's not as nice as your one.
Yes.
And we will be increasing the rent, I presume, going into next year. But just to give you a feel for what we're paying at the moment, we're only paying 2,500 for 10 units per month.
Yeah, you're talking about room. I'm talking about flats.
Yeah, they are all flats. They're bed sits. They have got their own kitchenette and stuff in. They're not as nice as yours, but they are all separate units. They're not rooms. They're 1-bedroom flats at the bottom, and then they move up to bed sits and self-contained flats. So they're very similar. That one is the not individual council tax, so we pay like 400 for the whole unit, so 200 each side.
Look, if you wanted to put all the council tax in your company name, whatever, it's no issue.
Yeah.
Like I said, because the people we had in there, they were charging them bills individually. So that's what I had to do. Because first they had the token meters. I didn't want that. We said, no, we're going to take all the token meters out. We want quarterly meters in there.
Yeah.
Because whenever you cover an inspection or whatever, guarantee 1 or 2 haven't got enough credit for the damn thing to be checked.
Yeah, of course.
And then that's a waste of trip for the technician. You don't want to do that.
No, it's more headache.
Yeah. Exactly. If you speak to the council, they say, oh, the client has a right. No, they don't have a right.
Yeah. Council, the less you speak to the council, the better, right?
Yeah, because the thing is, look, when you're going to give them with included bills or whatever, but that's it. They're done.
Yeah.
And this is what they've done, because they took over all the bills. So I said, you want name? They said, no, we leave as individual class. That's no problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So have you got a figure in mind of what you want to achieve from?
I've got 2 offers already on there. As I explained to you before, I got a company. They're based in Bridgend. They offer me a 10-year lease on it. They do a 10-year full FRI lease. Okay, £100,000 rent, and they responsible for everything. We don't get involved whatsoever.
Yeah.
And they have another company, I think, called CMC Limited something.
Yeah.
And they came in with an offer of £94,000. Again, same structure. They do all the repairs. They're responsible for that. We don't get involved full stop.
Yeah. When you say 100 or 94, is that over a 5-year term or?
That's only yearly. And then the one with the 10-year lease, you have every 3 year have a rent increase.
Okay, so 100 for the year divided by 12, talking about 8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long way off where we're at. To be honest with you, that's
Yeah.
I mean, I'll see what we can do, but I don't think we'll be able to get anywhere near there. To be honest, because I've got to protect the business, and we.
No, I understand that. Look, everybody, because the other company I spoke to, one for 10 years, they got where people come in and they have 2 to 3 years contract with them.
Mm-hmm.
And, they take care of the people that they want. If they want carers to come in, help them, whatever, they provide all that as well.
Yeah.
Long-term contract they have with the council as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they can.
They want to put in fire sprinklers, upgrade the current fire alarm to a different one they use. They want to dig up the car park and make sitting areas.
Okay, that's not a bad idea.
They're going to spend 164,000 on that. On top of that.
They're going to spend on top of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could do what you want. That's it. I mean, we're going inside. That's as far as we're concerned.
Yeah.
Do it out in the garden, whatever. You're going to upgrade it. It's up to you.
Yeah, if that's what they want to do, by all means. Yeah, I mean, if that's what they're offering, bite their hand off. That's a. We'll have a look and see what we can do, mate. But I'll be honest with you. I think we're nowhere near what you can get from those other offers. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I think we'd be a bit exposed if we were to do it at that price. We have to be able to make some money. We have to be able to see a bit of a margin.
You're there to make money. Otherwise, what's the point? I told you just do me a favour, then you make no money.
Well, exactly. And we've had that situation in the past, when we were new and we first started, we were promising landlords, as much as they wanted, and it didn't work out. We basically ended up breaking even or even losing money at times,
No, I don't want to do that. Like I said, no, I got to the company. If you guys look, I said I'll give you a crack at it, have a look at it.
Yeah.
If something you can do, fine. If not, don't worry about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, no worries. So good luck with those guys then, and then hopefully it works out for you. If it doesn't, or if for whatever reason it falls out of bed, then definitely something we could discuss in the future. All right, Manzor. Take care, mate.
Yeah.
All right. Bye. So as I expected, the landlord wanted too much rent and there was going to be no margin for us to make any money. Now, if this had been 7 years ago, I might have still jumped at the opportunity and tried to force a margin. But my experience tells me that by paying top rent, sometimes you leave yourself exposed and it's just not worth it. There has to be a clear margin, a clear profit margin for your business to operate, because things do go wrong. Sometimes there are void periods here and there and you have to protect the business. And if you're not making money, your business can't work and it dies. So just because you want the deal doesn't mean that it's a good deal and you should go for it. Experience has showed me that sometimes you have to say no and walk away. And that's exactly what I did here. I didn't want to because I knew the property would be really good and it would fit well into our portfolio. We have another block of flats just like this, half a mile away, and we make around £2,000 a month profit from it. So I didn't want to walk away from this deal. But as you can see, the landlord had other offers. So he said offers that I just couldn't compete with. So I had to walk away. So the search continues and I'm back on Gumtree the next week looking for deals. And I stumbled across a house being advertised by a landlord that would work really well as a rent to serviced accommodation. So I gave the landlord a call and this is how it went.
Hello?
Hello, is that Shazun?
Speaking.
How you doing? It's Luke. Looking at your ad on Gumtree. Thought I'd give you a call and see if we could have a chat.
Yeah, sure. You looking to rent out yourself?
Well, it would be for my company. I just wanted to have a chat with you and see if that's anything you'd be interested in or if you're only looking for like a family.
Well, I'm just... If I'm going to be brutally honest, I'm just looking for someone to take care of the house and pay me rent on time.
Oh, well
That's literally what I'm looking for.
Well, that sounds like exactly what we can do. I mean, we provide long-term guaranteed rent. I'd love to send you some information about our company and you could have a look at us and see if we're reputable and things like that and get a better opinion on how we work. But basically, we do rent properties like that. We are already working in Newport. We've got quite a few on Carleon Road and Baysleg Road as well.
Yep.
And yeah, we just basically guarantee the rent over a fixed term. And then we work with local companies in the area and we relocate like doctors, nurses, people like that into the property.
Okay. Yep.
I would love to view the property. I mean, we've got our staff looking at properties in that area on sort of Monday, Tuesday next week. That would be a great place to start from.
Yeah, we could do that. Let's do that.
Yeah, and I can send you information when we get off the phone, like for our company. You can have a look at our website and things like that. Maybe download our brochure and have a read about the ins and outs of what we do, basically. But does that sound okay to you?
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds good.
What's the times looking like on Monday, Tuesday? Would it be yourself showing someone around, or?
Yeah, be myself. Anytime in the afternoon's fine.
Anytime in the afternoon, sort of 1 o'clock onwards?
Perfect.
Yeah, okay. I'll send you the information when we get off the phone now, and I'll speak with my team, and then I'll probably drop you a text later on. I'll give you a call latest tomorrow to confirm.
Lovely. Perfect.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, Shazin. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, man. Bye-bye.
Bye. So a really warm phone call. We organised a viewing, but unfortunately, before we even got to do the viewing, the landlord contacted me and said that someone else had rented the property. Again, I felt gutted. I'd found a property that would have fitted well into our portfolio, but someone beat me to it and rented it before I even got to do a viewing, which just goes to show the rental market's so busy. You have to be able to move quick with rent to rent. If you find a good property, you need to be able to view it and offer within a few days. Otherwise, someone else will take it. Another lesson learned, I needed to be quicker. But again, I try and take the pros from every situation. I'm sharpening the knife, my pitch is improving, and I'm growing in confidence. And I'm feeling encouraged by the fact that landlords are still open to the service 4 or 5 years on from when I used to pitch it to landlords all the time. So as my search continued, I found another property about 20 minutes away from my usual investment area. This property looked really good. It was a 5-bedroom HMO. I found this landlord on Gumtree. I sent him a message. I sent him a link to my website so he could have a look at our services. And then he messaged me back and asked me to give him a call. So let's have a look at how the conversation went.
Sorry, who's that?
It's Luke from Gumtree.
Hi, Luke. You okay?
Yes, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Just wanted to have a quick chat with you, mate, if you've got 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Yeah, just wanted to find out a little bit more about the property, really, and get to know you briefly, if that's okay.
Absolutely fine.
So what's the situation with the property at the moment? Is it tenanted?
I have 3 advertisements, and you've pretty much done the same. Not pretty much. You copied the same message to all 3 of them.
That's correct, yeah.
So I'm taking it that, you've just gone on Gumtree. Everybody who's advertised, you've contacted them. So I'd rather know a bit about you first.
Of course.
So, what do you intend to do with the properties?
Well, we rent them from landlords over a fixed term.
Mm-hmm.
Normally it's 1 to 5 years, typically. And then we work with local companies in the area, and we obviously furnish the properties. We normally spend a little bit of money tidying them up. We set all the bills up in our company's name, and then we work with local companies like doctors, nurses at the YYF hospital, for example.
So, the one that you phoning me for, the one that I thought would work for you.
The 5-bed, yep.
The 5-bed.
Yep.
I'm happy to just come to some sort of an agreement on that. It's a big property,
hmm
and personally, I think it suits what you're thinking to do.
Okay.
Yep. And I have done that myself.
Yeah.
But since it's not my main job, I can't put the time in to do it.
Yeah, of course.
I once had a bunch of guys who had come in to do some, what's the word for it now? The way they do nursing at home?
Yeah, okay, carers.
Okay, carers. So I had carers. They did 6 months from the
Mm-hmm.
property. Then I also had security company came up to stay there when the Mountain Ash and the Ferndale track was being built.
Okay, brilliant. So you're familiar with how it works then?
So, but I did that myself.
Yep, we've only tried
Get your
to.
property, mate. If it works, I'll give you flats in Cardiff.
Yeah. Okay, no
It
worries.
needs to work.
No worries. Yeah,
But
okay.
if you want to see both properties, if you want to see mine
Yeah,
and the house that we're talking about,
yeah,
we could do one at 1:30.
yeah,
The 5-bedroom house at 1:30.
Yeah.
And she can see mine as soon as we're done from there.
yeah. Okay, okay,
My pickup is 3:15 in Cardiff.
yeah. Okay, yeah. It takes a little while to get there and back, doesn't it?
1 hour.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. I'll speak to Hadia and I shall call you back around the same sort of time tomorrow, if that suits.
Absolutely fine. Thank you.
Rahul. Okay, and it's Luke you've been speaking to, yeah?
Great, Luke.
Okay, I'll give you a call tomorrow and we'll go from there.
Take care.
Cheers, Rahul.
Bye.
Thanks, bye. So as you can see, he started the conversation by being very skeptical. He wanted to find out a lot more about me and how our services work. He was quite apprehensive, but by the end of the phone call, after I explained how we work and what we do, I think he could tell that we were professional and that we could be a good fit for him and his portfolio. So the call went really well, and this is part of the skill in rent to rent, guys. You need to be able to handle objections. You need to be able to turn landlords from a skeptic to a believer. And that takes practice, but practice makes better. And that's how I've got good at this over the years, just by practicing. So if you're a beginner, my advice to you would be, just practice. What's the worst that can happen? The landlord says no, and you move on. But you still learn so much from that process, and you improve each time you do it. So this call went really well. We arranged a viewing for this property, and we looked at another property that the landlord owned round the corner. I sent my staff to go and do the viewings. They sent me videos and photos. I looked over the videos, and the properties were okay. They were in decent condition. So I then went to work creating a dummy ad for this property, just to test the market and see if there was demand for rooms in this particular area. The feedback that I got from the dummy ad was there were a few people looking for rooms in that area, but I wasn't receiving anywhere near as much messages as I normally receive in my usual investment area. And this made me a bit apprehensive. Normally I like to receive at least 2 or 3 messages a day when I put dummy ads up, and that gives me encouragement and gives me the peace of mind to move forward and make an offer. But I was only getting like 1 message a day. Sometimes I was getting no messages. So this was making me doubt whether it would be a good deal or not. The second property that we viewed, the landlord only wanted to rent for around a year. And I prefer to work with landlords that want a guaranteed rent for more than a year, because if I'm going to invest £3,000 to £5,000 in their property, then normally it takes me 6 months to make my money back. So if I've only got a 12-month agreement, then the deal isn't really worth all that effort for 6 months of profit. I'd rather a deal be over a longer term. So long story short, because of the market research that we did, because of the lack of messages that we received from our dummy ads, we decided to not go ahead with either of the properties, even though we could have. I'm looking for a certain type of property, a certain type of landlord, and I need to see a clear margin and a large amount of demand for all bills included serviced rooms. And I just wasn't getting that from the due diligence that we did. So we decided to say no and not make an offer for these properties. Again, another frustrating moment, but because I've been in this situation before, many times in the past, I knew I was getting closer and closer. So I politely didn't make the landlord an offer and I moved on. Then I found another house on Gumtree, direct to landlord. So I called him and tried to arrange a viewing. Let's see how that went.
Hello.
Hello, is that Jordan?
Hello, it's Jordan.
How you doing, mate? It's Luke. I got your message on Gumtree. You tried to give me a call last week. I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. Not bad at all. Just having a cup of tea.
Oh, nice. So am I actually, funny enough.
Lovely, yeah. Good. Like to hear that.
Yeah, good. What's the situation with the property then? Just wanted to find out a bit more about it, really.
I'm just having viewings. I've just had a decorator go around there. Having a couple of viewings at the minute.
Yeah.
And yeah, we go from there.
Yeah. So, could I arrange a viewing? Is that something we could do?
Yeah. That is more than alright. But when are you in London or is that where you are? You're down south.
I'm in London, yeah, but I've got like my team are in that area, so I've got a lady in Cardiff who could probably come up and view it. Maybe tomorrow or the day after.
Wednesday.
It's down to you, really.
I could do tomorrow, but it will be my builder.
Yeah, that's all right.
So if you want to do that, then we can do that. Or Wednesday, I can go myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you what's your situation? Is it right that you offer service? Is that right? Your service accommodation provider?
Yeah, well, we're a guaranteed rent provider is more what it is, and we give like landlords a guaranteed rent over like a fixed term, and then we rent to like working professionals in the area, so doctors, nurses. We've got some contractors looking in Magor. We've got some welders as well that are after some accommodation as well, so just those types of working professionals basically. Construction, doctors, yeah, those types. You know, we've been doing it a while now, so we've kind of steered away from the bad ones, and we've got the good ones now sort of in our database, so we only really target those people.
Fine. And when are you looking to take on property?
Well, soon as, really. Obviously, like, normally we just get someone to have a look at them, and then if it fits our criteria, then it's a conversation that you and I would have, I guess, and we'd go back.
But you did break up after that. Say all after, so you get someone to have a look at them.
Yeah, we get someone to have a look at them, and then you and I would have a conversation after that. And then ideally, you know, if it's a good fit for both of us, then I'd probably come down and meet you, and then have a cup of tea, and we could go back and forth and figure something out, you know.
Okay. I mean, I'm in London myself, so if it helps.
Whereabouts?
Meet in London, you know. You could do on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know, and then we can go from there. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll find out from Hadia, her name is now, and then I'll drop you a text, and it's probably going to be after 4, to be honest, because she's normally got some bits to do in Cardiff, and then she comes up after that.
Yeah, after 4 p.m.
Yeah, around sort of 4 p.m. in between 4 and 5, I imagine, by the time she gets there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. All right, bro. I'll drop you a text and we'll go from there, dude.
Lovely. Right.
Cheers, Jordan. Cheers, mate.
Your number, Luke, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, take care.
Take care, mate. Bye. So as you can see, that conversation went well. We arranged a viewing, but after doing the viewing and looking back over the videos and photos of the area as well as the property, I just didn't feel like it was the correct fit for our portfolio. There wasn't really anywhere for tenants to park. The only way I could rent this house out would be as a serviced accommodation unit, and parking is really important with serviced accommodation. It's something that guests always ask for, so I felt like it would be a hard sell, and for this reason I decided to not go ahead with it, because I wouldn't be able to rent it by the room to more than 2 people because it would need an HMO license, and I didn't think it would work really well as a serviced accommodation property. So I decided again to not make an offer, and the search continued. Now, I'll be honest, at this stage I was really starting to think, have I lost it? Is this gonna work? Am I just wasting my time here? Has the rent to rent market shrunk? Are there no opportunities anymore? Maybe I've lost my touch. These were the questions that started to go around in my head, because for a good 2 months I'd been calling landlords, calling agents every day, and it just felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. And for the first time in around 7 years, I was starting to doubt myself again, just like I did when I first started the business. But I always remember, whenever I'm at that stage where I feel hopeless, where I feel like it's not working, that normally means that there's a breakthrough around the corner. So rather than give up, I kept going. And the following week, I found another property on Gumtree that looked like it had really good potential in a new area, an area that I'd been looking at for a couple years now, because it has quite a lot of attractions in that area. It has a lot of development going on. And I always thought that either renting by the room or as a serviced accommodation, that this area could work. So I found a property on Gumtree in this particular area. I sent the landlord my information. I sent him a link to our website. He then asked me to give him a call. And this is how that conversation went.
Hello?
Hello, is that Josh?
Hi there, speaking.
How you doing, mate? It's Luke from iRent, from the Gumtree ad. You asked me to give you a call?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I remember. Hi, Luke.
How you doing, mate? You good?
Yeah, all good, thanks. Yeah, I obviously saw your message. Just wanted to understand a little bit more about how what you're saying works. Like, what would you do with the property? Yeah.
Of course. Did you get a chance to look at our website at all?
Just the screenshot.
Yeah.
You showed me.
Yeah. Did you type it in and have a look, or didn't get a chance?
No, not really.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, so basically we guarantee the rent to landlords in that area, in the South Wales area, over a fixed term. It's normally 1 to 5 years. And then we work with local companies to relocate their staff, basically. We've got a few doctors at the YYF Hospital, Prince Charles Hospital that are looking. I've got quite a few of my own properties that I own in that area as well, where we have those similar types of tenants. And obviously they pay us a premium for that because we set all the bills up and pay all the bills in our company name. And then we rent it out for a premium to those types of tenants. That's how we make our money as a business.
So it's just predominantly people that work in hospitals, or is it other?
Yeah, it's predominantly people that work in hospitals at the moment. I mean, in my houses at the moment, we've got doctors and we've got a couple dentists as well. I've got a tower crane operator in CF37 that's looking, a building physics engineer as well that's looking as well. We just work with local companies and collect like these companies' information basically, and speak with their staff members who are looking for relocation properties. And then we obviously guarantee a fixed rent to landlords, pay all of the running costs. We even do some minor maintenance here and there as well if that's need be. And then obviously we rent out for a bit more.
Is this like some sort of contract with the NHS, or is it like with specific hospitals?
It's individuals basically. So we have few different ways of marketing to these individual people. We have different ways of speaking directly to them. As I said, I've got quite a lot of them in my own houses, and then we have like an overflow quite often. So I've got like a doctor in one of mine at the moment on Dufferin Street in Mountain Ash, and he was going to leave, but he's going to stay for another 3 to 6 months. But I've also got 2 more doctors that are looking to take that house on. So we call around and speak with other landlords in the area and see if we can do some good business together. And then obviously I could relocate those people as well and put them in there, you know?
Yeah, sure. So, so to be quite frank, so you'd end up paying me the 1,000 per month whilst you home and house people just over like a 2-3 year period. It could be loads of people. It could be.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not loads of people. It's normally, obviously we have to work within the rules, right? So, you know, if it's a 2-bed house, and it'd be no more than 2 people. If it's an HMO, then it would be. It could be 4 or 5 people, depending on how big the HMO is. It just depends really, and they're normally on like 6-month tenancies to us. So obviously we do speculate to accumulate. That's why we pay the fixed guaranteed price to the landlord. They're normally happy with that because it gives them that guaranteed income without the hassle basically of managing tenants or dealing with the running costs. You know, we take on all of that sort of risk on our end. And then obviously, yeah, we have a unique skill set, so to speak, where we can rent to people for a bit more, with all the bills included. But it's normally like shorter term tenancies, because those types of tenants or guests, they can't really get places from like Rightmove and normal estate agents, because they normally want like a 12-month agreement normally.
Yeah.
So they're happy to pay us a premium for providing that service, basically, where we normally furnish the properties, and in some cases we even spend a little bit of money like giving them like a cosmetic refurbishment. just tidying them up basically.
Okay. And then if there's a bit of wear and tear on the property, obviously, like it sounds like you could potentially be going through like a lot of tenants here. Like if there's marks on the wall, if things get broken, is that something that you're able to replace?
Yeah. So normally we cover up to, I think it's 7.5% of the annual rent agreed for like minor maintenance. So it normally works out to be around £100 a month that we put aside for minor maintenance. But typically speaking, the type of people that we target, they're quite neat and tidy people. We don't really entertain anyone who's going to not respect the property. As I said, the doctors and nurses that we're dealing with, like the chap in one of mine on Dufferin Street, he's like 69 years old. He's pretty he's an old boy. He doesn't really cause any mess, you know. He's not hanging from the chandeliers or anything like that. But yes, if there was any damage, then obviously we like to keep the properties in pristine condition, because our business model doesn't work if we don't. We have to keep it in almost hotel standard, otherwise we can't really attract those types of corporate clients basically.
Yeah, sure. And then obviously, like I know you've said that you're dealing with nurses and doctors, which is obviously good. But what's your vetting process like? Have you ever had any bad ones?
No, I mean, when we first started, we've been going 7 years now, but when we first started, we were working with like contractors more so. They can be a little bit rough around the edges. We have had a little bit of wear and tear in some of the houses in Newport that we manage, but mainly like nothing that can't be solved. You know, like we did have some guys who used to put up like hang their clothes in the rooms and like make their own holes in some of the walls every now and again to hang their own clothes up. That's probably the worst bit of damage we've had. But again, a bit of filler and paint and decorating, and that's fixed. So nothing that's been like really expensive to solve.
Sure.
Just generally speaking, we do make sure we only work with people who have some integrity, you know, and we do ask to see bank statements, and we do various checks. We normally get a reference from the actual employer as well, so we'll speak with the hospital, like get a bit of a reference. We like to meet them. We send our staff to meet them as well. Sometimes we do a Zoom call with them as well, so we don't just put anyone in, you know. We've been going quite a while now, and we'd like to make the business sort of as efficient as possible, so it wouldn't be in our best interest to just let any Tom, Dick or Harry move in, you know.
Okay, fine. Makes sense.
Cool.
Yeah, other than that, I don't think I have any more questions.
Okay. If we do arrange a viewing, then it'd be cool to have a chat and meet you at some point, and then we could go from there.
Yeah, no, sounds all pretty promising.
Yeah, have a think about it, of course, and drop us a text or drop us a message if you do fancy going ahead with a viewing, and then we can go from there, dude.
Yeah, sure. All right, sounds good. Leave that for me, and yeah, we'll try and get something in early next week.
Yeah, cool. I'll wait for your text.
Cool.
Cheers, Josh. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Take care, mate. Have a good day.
Take care, man.
Bye. So as you can see, another very sceptical landlord. He had loads of questions for me. I had to handle his objections. But again, he went from a skeptic to a believer, and I managed to change his opinion. And he went from being very cold to, by the end of the conversation, quite warm. And after this conversation, he messaged me and we arranged a viewing for the following week. I got my staff to view the property. It met all of our criteria. I set up some dummy ads like I normally do, just to test the market, and I received a lot more messages than I did with some of the previous properties. So this made me quite optimistic, and this gave me enough data to make me confident enough to make an offer. So I made the landlord an offer. I offered him market rent, which was £800 per month for an initial period of 12 months, with the view of extending to 3 years. I also sent him some comparable properties that were also on the open market for £800 just to back up my offer. Now bear in mind, the landlord had the property marketed for £1,000 a month. So my offer was less than what he had it marketed for, but I still felt like it was fair because the comparable properties that I sent him were exactly the same as his property, but they had their own drive, so they had off-road parking and they had a large garden, whereas his property only had a small courtyard space outside and it didn't have off-road parking. So if anything, 800 was probably £50 more than market rent, but it was still less than the price he had it marketed for. So I made my offer over email, and then a couple days later, the landlord emailed me back saying that my offer was too low and he wanted at least £950 to £1,000 a month, so he couldn't accept our offer. And at that point, I was quite disappointed, but I didn't sulk. I didn't throw my toys out the pram. I simply emailed him back, explaining again that comparable properties in the area were renting for around £800 a month, and just backing up my offer. I also said that if he changes his mind, my offer's still on the table, and then I left things there. Fast forward a few days later, and the landlord sent me a message asking me to call him. So I gave him a call, and this is how that conversation went.
Hello?
Josh, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. Yourself?
Yes, good mate, good mate. How can I help you? What's the latest?
Did you see my email?
I haven't seen your email. No, I got a text from you asking you to give me a call, but I haven't had a look at the emails yet.
Oh, okay. So, funny enough, I literally just sent you an email one minute ago.
Oh.
So basically, it was just to say that, well, it was just tell you more the story of what's happened with the place. So once the place was fully ready, probably around the first week of February, last week in Jan.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with Peter Allen. A woman called Imogen Reyes came out and saw the place and was pretty happy. You know, estate agents are like, they try to get you a little bit happy about the place and what you've done with it and how much they could.
Of course, they'd like to be complimentary, and maybe a little bit optimistic 100%. Also.
And they estimated that I could get 900 to 950 for the place. And I was like, okay, happy days. That's good. I chose to mark it as a 3-bed, but it could be a 4-bed because you could count that extra room downstairs as an extra bedroom, especially if it was going to be a HMO. But that's that. But basically, yes. I've started to look over the properties that you've sent me. I spoke to a few other estate agents and kind of got their thoughts, and 800 sounds like a fair estimation. So I think first and foremost, I want to apologise to you.
You don't need to apologise, mate.
Yeah. Well, no. Like, I don't want you to think like I've come out of the woods and like I've just thrown like a number at you. It was backed by something, but but yeah, as you can imagine, it was probably some miscued words from estate agents.
Yeah, I know how it goes. Josh. So honestly, you haven't got to apologise. I know that estate agents do often overvalue things with landlords, so it's honestly no issue at all.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. So yeah, so basically, I'd like to continue with yourself if the offer still stands, that is, and just find out what the next steps are. Basically, I guess now that I've kind of learned a little bit more, and you've told me a little bit more about the process. It's probably plucked up a few more questions that I'll probably go away and think about. So
absolutely,
that sounds
absolutely. Absolutely, have a think, and any questions, we can touch base first thing next week, and have another chat, bro, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, lovely. That sounds all good then, dude. Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers for bringing me back.
No worries, man. I think we could be a good fit for each other, so it made sense to leave the offer on the table, and hopefully it's the start of a good relationship long term, mate. It'd be good.
Yeah, 100%, no doubt.
All right, bro. Well, you have a good weekend, and I'll catch up with you first thing next week then, yeah?
Yes, Luke. That sounds good, my man.
Cheers, Josh. Take care, mate.
Take care.
Bye. So, as you can see, he did a complete U-turn. He went from declining our offer, saying it was too low. He then must have gone away and thought about it, done some research of his own, and realised that it was a very fair offer. He then got back in contact with me, and we had this conversation, and it put us back on track. So just to summarise so far, he's gone from being very sceptical about working with us to becoming open to it. Then we've made him an offer, to which he's then declined, and then a week later, he's contacted us asking if our offer still stands. This is why you should always leave your offer on the table and not show any emotion if things don't go your way. Remain professional, keep it classy, because you never know what can happen. So we had this warm conversation and we started to move things forward. Next, the landlord had some some more objections and some more questions that he wanted answers to. And now we're entering into the negotiation stage, or what I like to call the pre-close. So this is another conversation that we had a few days later, and at this point we're getting closer and closer to an agreement. So watch this video and see how it goes.
Hello?
Josh, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad, bro, not bad, can't complain. Good weekend and that.
Good. Good.
Did you get a chance to look over the email at all?
Yeah, I saw your email. I was out on a little walk over lunch, and everything seems prim and proper. I just got to go over the agreement next.
Yeah, no rush, bro. I just wanted to just see if you had any other questions. I did get a chance to have a look at some of the questions you asked over email, and I responded, but just to give a bit more clarity to any of them if you needed.
No. All good. All makes sense.
Yeah.
Leave it with me. I'm gonna have a look over that agreement probably sometime this afternoon, and then I should fire out an email to you latest tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's fine, bro. And take your time. All right then, bro. Well, I'll leave you to it.
Yeah. That's fine, mate. Like I said, just leave it with me, and I'll get something to you up latest tomorrow morning.
Yeah, no rush at all, bro. You have a good day, and I'll speak to you later.
Yes, mate.
Cheers, Josh. Take care, mate.
Bye-bye.
Bye. At this stage, we're getting closer and closer to an agreement. We're at the pre-close stage. Now, this next video you're going to watch is our final conversation before we make an agreement. Now, in this conversation, I handle the landlord's final objections. He's slightly apprehensive about us renting the property out on Airbnb and Booking.com because he's heard a few horror stories. So in this conversation, I explained to him how those platforms work, and I explained to him that we mainly use those platforms for lead generation. We do still do due diligence on guests that book through those platforms, and ultimately I'm just trying to educate him on how we work and make him feel more comfortable before we sign an agreement. So let's watch how this goes.
Hello?
Josh, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, cool, man, not bad at all. I got your email. Did you want to have a quick chat?
Yeah, sure.
You had some concerns about the short-term nature of doing 1 week, I think you said in the email.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we only really use those platforms for lead generation, to be honest. We don't really look to use those to actually find the guests like all the time. It's just more like having a clear line of communication and a marketing portal for us to get the initial contact. Have you used Airbnb much before?
Not as a host, no.
Okay.
Obviously, in terms of staying, yeah.
Yeah. So you know when you stay, you get scored, don't you? Like you get a review basically as a guest. So you get a review score as a guest, and you also get a review score as a host as well. So when people do book through there, they can see like we've got quite a good Airbnb account, and they can see that we're good hosts. But likewise, we can see whether they've been good guests elsewhere as well. We can also charge deposits on Airbnb as well. And now that you've mentioned you wanted a deposit, we would now look to charge only a small charge to them, because we still want to encourage the traffic. So we would definitely look to charge something now, just because you want to charge something to us. And I understand you have reservations about damage. So that's like the short-term nature of it. I hope that's sort of cleared it up a little bit for you. We are still targeting NHS workers. I do have a medical laboratory assistant that's working at the Prince Charles Hospital that's interested, and I have another doctor at the YYF that's interested as well. So if I can find one more healthcare professional, then that's the 3 people that we would be sort of choosing anyway. But I was just being transparent with you, just so that you know, like, you know, we do use those portals, but it's mainly for lead generation. It's not really how we like to run our business. We used to use those a lot more in the very beginning, 7 years ago, but we have found that we're a lot more efficient if we find people to come and stay for like month to month on a more consistent basis, sometimes 3 months, 6 months. But we do need to market sometimes as a minimum week just to get the initial contact, and then we can go back and forth with the potential guest and do due diligence on them, speak to their employer. Normally they have some sort of agency that's booked them, so we speak to them and do some checks on them and stuff. So it's just to open the doors basically and have that first line of contact, to be honest.
Yeah, sure. So say if someone wanted to stay for like, I don't know, let's say like
10 days.
Mm-hmm.
You probably wouldn't be doing all those checks, would you?
Yeah, no, we would. We would, yeah. We wouldn't let anyone go in there without checking them, just because we can't really allow for any error to happen on our behalf, just because it's going to make our business difficult to run. You know, we don't want a high turnaround. We don't really want, as a business, to be paying for cleaners all the time. You know, we would rather have it like a longer term booking. It's just that the nature of these short term stays sometimes is they start with 10 days or 2 weeks, and then because they never know how long the job's going to go on for in some cases, they end up being there for 3 months, 4 months, and it just keeps rolling on. But we've found that sometimes if we have like a minimum 3-month condition on the ad, we end up missing out on some of those people that are only looking for maybe 2 months or 3 weeks to start off with, you know.
Gotcha.
So it's just to make the lead generation flow a bit smoother for us, but ultimately that isn't really how we want to run the business. Through trial and error, we found that.
So you're essentially looking for longer term solutions. But
Yeah.
If someone did want to stay for 2 weeks or a week, they have the potential.
They have the potential, but we have to obviously go check all their information, just because we can't leave ourselves exposed like that. You know, when we were very new to it all them years ago, we've made mistakes in the past like that, and we have ended up having to pay for those. You know, so we wouldn't be trying to make those same mistakes again.
It's just that on obviously, you know, every now and then on social media you'll see something doing the rounds on
horror stories.
B&Bs. It's like I don't think.
Yeah.
You might have seen the one recently where some guys let his place out in London.
Yeah.
And a bunch of Romanian family, I think, staying there or something. And
Yeah.
they phoned up and they said it's like up to like a really poor spec.
Yeah.
And he's apologised, and
I think I have seen that. Those tend to do the rounds, those type of stories, just because, similar to the news, anything bad normally spreads quicker than anything good.
Yeah, of course.
And people love to have a chat about these things, and they can happen. They do happen, you know. I was even speaking with a landlord over in Aberdare with a 5-bed that we're looking at, and he said that he's had some Romanian people say they can do what we do, and they moved in, and next minute there was 15 people in there, he was telling me. So there are horror stories that do happen, but I guess it's down to the operator and like someone who knows what they're doing versus maybe someone who's a bit brand new to it. He did say that story was from someone who just started their rent-to-rent company. So I guess those are mistakes that novices make in the beginning when they don't really know what to do. They just think that they can just rent it out by the night and print money, but it doesn't quite work like that. But on social media, that's kind of the pitch, isn't it, to a lot of these guys that are selling courses and stuff. That's how they get naive people to buy their stuff, you know. Yeah,
of course, like 95, well, I'd probably say even higher, like 96, 97% of the time. It is smooth sailing, but obviously just that 2-3% you always hear. It's always really loud.
Yeah, of course. And that isn't a position that we would be looking to get into at all. And we do have systems in place that mitigate those sort of risks, you know.
Well, that's good, because obviously I was under the assumption if it's like a short term let, it's almost like you're just letting you know, anyone in.
No, of course. Of course.
Checks on these people, then.
Yeah, we do checks, and like there's different level tier guests like on those platforms as well. Like even on Booking.com you have like genius guests, and you can do some due diligence to an extent where you can see if they've been a good guest elsewhere. And you know, we only really work with people that have stayed in multiple different locations and only had good feedback. If there's any hint that they haven't had any good feedback, then we don't entertain them basically, and we move on.
Yeah, no, I mean, total agreement, mate. I feel like we've had some promising talks. I feel like it's just getting there now.
Yeah. I mean, other than those things that we've mentioned, there's anything else you can think of, just add it over in the email. But from our end, we're all good, and it seems like we're getting there on your side. So we'll keep plugging away.
Absolutely, sounds good, mate. Thanks for calling me back.
That's all right. Look out for our new amended contract, and I guess if you want to jump on a call after that, or if you need another day to have a look, and we'll catch up tomorrow or something.
Yeah, no, that's perfect,
Yeah?
good, mate.
Alright. No worries. No worries, Josh. Alright, mate, we'll speak soon then, yeah?
Yeah, no worries.
Cheers,
mate.
dude. Have a good day. No worries.
Bye.
Alright, bye. So that was our final conversation, guys. A few days later, he signs the agreement. We get a date set for collecting the keys. I then drive down to Wales, collect the keys from his builder. So I didn't get to meet him. I still haven't met him, which just goes to show how well we negotiated and built a rapport over the phone. And also having an online presence helps a lot too, because I'm sure he's done some due diligence on me, on my company, on my social media, just to make sure that I'm a man of integrity. So I collected the keys, and the video you're about to watch is a video walkthrough of the property once we've furnished it. So enjoy. I've just taken on another rent-to-rent property. Come inside and have a look. So this is bedroom 1. As you can see, nice and big, nice, fresh, modern. This will rent for £550 a month. Follow me into the kitchen. So this is the dining area / kitchen. As you can see, nice and spacious. People can sit and eat there. Follow me into the downstairs bathroom. Bit tight in here, but don't be scared. So you've got a nice walk-in shower here. This is the outside space. Nothing too crazy, too fancy, but low maintenance, serves its purpose. Follow me and I'll take you upstairs. So this is bedroom number 2. As you can see, another good sized double. This will rent for £525 a month. I'll show you bedroom number 3. This is bedroom 3, slightly bigger again than bedroom 2. This will rent for £550 a month. And this is the biggest bedroom, the master bedroom, and this will rent for £575 per month. Let me just show you the first floor bathroom. And this is the first floor bathroom, as you can see, nice and big. So we've got a bathroom on each floor, which would be good for a shared house. So there's one bathroom between every 2 tenants. Okay guys, so I just showed you a video walkthrough. We then marketed the property on all short-term stay and rooms for rent platforms. We received lots of inquiries from individual tenants, but we prefer to rent to a group of working professionals that are working in the area. We find this to be more efficient than renting to individuals because they already have a synergy between each other, they already get along, and they work the same hours. So we didn't rent to any individuals. We waited a few weeks, and then we received a message from a group of railway workers. They sent us a message, then I gave them a call, and this is how it went. Is that Gary?
It is, mate, yeah.
How you doing, mate? It's Luke from iRent.
Hello, mate, you okay?
Yes, not bad, mate. You asked us to give you a call regarding the property on Victoria Street?
Yeah, is that your WhatsApp video you just sent?
That's the one, yep.
Yeah. Well, me and my son are coming down. We work on overheads on the night on the railway.
Yep.
So we're going to have to come down this week and we're going to need somewhere, Luke. There's me, my boy, my friend, and we've got another friend already down there.
Yep.
He's gone down. He's just picked up something for a week or 2.
Yep.
Waiting for us to come down, but it's fucking like me and my boy are coming down this week.
Yep.
To start of the weekend.
Yep.
And then our other mate's coming down the week after.
Sure.
So yeah, it looks absolutely spotless. It's exactly what we're looking for, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how we set them up. We set them up for sort of groups like yourselves, you know. We've been doing it for 7 years now, so we kind of get to know what people want, you know.
Yeah, fantastic. It's just that, you know, we work nights and sleep all day, so it's like, you're better off if you're living in a house with like a load of normal working people, like you're
yeah.
trying to get your head down and they're up banging around.
Yeah, of course. I understand completely. I mean, we've had groups similar before, and, you know, it's best if you're all working together on the same job, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it now. I'm going to ring the lads, because I've had my missus looking. I said, you're going to have to find something, because I was working last night.
Yeah.
Just woke up.
Fair play.
I'm going to jump in the shower now. So I'm going to ring the lads and say, look, I've got a property. I'm going to send them a copy of the video, and I'm going to say, I think we should have that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit further out than we want to go, but at least it's clean and it's ours, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I'll get back to you tomorrow, Luke, yeah?
Yeah, that's sound, mate. That's sound.
As soon as I hear back from them, we'll have a team. So it's perfect, that. Anyway, it's exactly the same as the one we had. We had one for like 2 years in Tree Forest.
Yeah, I know Tree Forest.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it will suit you guys down to a T. I mean, you're going to have vehicles, I presume, as well, to park and stuff.
Correct, yeah. Me and my son will share one, and they'll have one each.
Yeah.
But they go home at the weekends. 2 of the lads go home at the weekends. Me and my boy will stay down there.
Yeah, sound okay. No worries. Well, there's ample parking all around.
Back as soon as I can, Luke. Right?
Yes.
But it looks brilliant. Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah. No worries, bud. I'll hear from you tomorrow then. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Luke.
Cheers, mate.
Bye, mate.
Bye. So as you can see, the call went really well. They're the perfect type of tenants for us. We've filled many of our other rent-to-rent properties with similar types of tenants: contractors, engineers, railway workers, nurses. These are normally the best types of tenants for rent-to-rent. So after this call, I sent Gary a video walkthrough on WhatsApp so he could show his work colleagues. Gary called me back 10 minutes later. Let's have a look at how that conversation went. Gary, did you call us, mate?
I did, mate, yeah. Right, that house is gone. We've got that house then, yeah?
Yeah, it's yours, mate. It's yours.
Because I don't want to drive to Wales, mate, and I've got nowhere to live with my son.
No, listen, I'm a man of my word, mate, and I'm happy to go with you guys. I think you lot will be a good fit for it, as long as you look after it and treat it well.
Yeah, of course we will, mate. Yeah, of course we will.
Then yeah, it's yours. I ain't got an issue with it at all.
Fantastic.
But
well, listen, nobody's lived in the house. It's just been bloody renovated.
It's just been done. Yeah, everything's brand new in there. We've had it sitting there for a couple of weeks now. We're about to put it on Airbnb. We're going to rent it on there otherwise if you guys didn't take it. But we were looking for someone like you. So
right. So if we want access, there's 4 sets of keys in the key safe. You'll give us the thingy. All we've got to do is contact your company, send our money, send our identification, all the necessaries.
Yeah, send all the necessaries.
We can quick chat with you and then go and take the key out of the key safe.
Literally, yeah. As soon as you pay, we'll give you the code.
We don't want to pay Hiya, are you okay?
Yes, I'm good.
We don't want to pay collectively because obviously they're not all related.
Yeah.
So they want to pay you individually. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's not an issue. Just I thought it would have been easier, but I mean, yeah, as long as everyone pays on the same sort of time every month.
Set up their own. So Gary and Jack are together. They'll set up one direct debit. Ed will set up another direct debit with you, and Fletcher will set up another direct bank transfer every month to you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's not an issue as long as it's the same sort of time.
Give you my email. Will you send all your bank details over?
Yeah, I'll send it over email. I'll get my missus to do that now.
Right. So my email is. I think you might have it through Spare Rooms because it was me that was. Well, it was through my login that Gary was chatting with you. I don't know if you know how the railway works, but they won't have proof of their work until they come down on Friday because you have to go into the office and get your letter. Fletcher will already have his because he's already been inducted and he's started on the job.
That's all right.
It's coming down the week after, but we can provide all the ID and we can pay the month's rent, no problem, yeah?
Yeah, that's not an issue.
If you send everything over in an email to me, I'll respond to you tomorrow when I open my laptop.
Yeah, that's no problem at all.
Yeah, and if you've got your bank details on there, and then once we paid you, we can get then the...
Yeah, we'll give you the code.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then you can crack on.
Yeah, that's fine. What's your name?
It's Luke.
Right,
and the email will come from info@lukesproperties.com.
Right, I'll look out for it. If you send it me all over, I'll get the IDs over to you.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, thank you.
No worries. Take care.
Bye.
Cheers, mate. Bye. And that's it, guys. It's as simple as that. We've now rented the house out and we're going to be making around £800 to £900 per month in profit from a £3,500 investment. These are the powers of rent to rent, guys. I hope you've got some value from this video. I hope you've seen how it really works. I hope you've made some notes. And if I was you, I would watch back this video and use it as a blueprint to getting your first rent to rent deal. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you want me to help you start or scale your rent to rent business now, then I'll put a link in the video description below for you to join my rent to rent deal sprint. This is a 6-week program where you work with me one-on-one. Over the 6 weeks, I'll help you start your business. I'll help you speak to agents, speak to landlords, go on viewings, make offers, and get your first deal. You get full access to my personal phone number. You get access into my WhatsApp group, which has another 63 rent-to-renters in, as well as my calendar, so you can book in Zoom calls with me whenever you need some coaching. All for the price of £11.80 per day. I only have 3 spaces left, so don't leave it too long. If this sounds good to you, then click the link below and hopefully I'll see you inside the sprint.